Crooked can get him back in this series.
Here we go, and it's knocked away by Ben Wallace. And Wallace with a jam, and a foul is called. You talk about a perfect start.
To Tim Duncan against Ben. Duncan turns in front, Ben slaps it away.
It was clear that desperation had the upper hand, and no one showed it more emphatically than Ben Wallace.
Ben Wallace with a two-hand jam. Wallace has 7 already.
And soon the Spurs would get another ominous sign that things were turning.
And Ginobili's hurt. He got it right in the knee.
Ginobili is limping.
Brett, you got monitored. We got to take care of the ball. Bender, you got to be strong. This is war out here, right? Let's go.
With Ginobili sidelined, the Spurs once again turned to Brent Barry, and the savvy veteran helped keep them in the game.
Barry knocks it down.
He's pushing the break. He's shooting 3 balls. Beautiful.
But with the Palace crowd energizing the Pistons, the Spurs were facing a team that had recaptured its championship formula.
Let's see how they play this, all right? Go down, Rip. All right, I'm getting out. Tayshawn's coming over. Body's punching in. Give Rip a look on the curl.
Left wings to Rip against Bowen.
Shackled the first 2 games by all-league defender Bruce Bowen, Rip Hamilton would finally break loose.
Left guns off glass, got it!
That's his bread and butter right there, off the curl.
Left side Hamilton, a catch and shoot right through.
This place is going crazy!
But each time the Pistons made a run, Tony Parker brought the Spurs back, slicing through Detroit's vaunted defense.
Parker foul line. Parker to the rim for a scoop and a score.
6-0.
Tony Parker helps the Spurs to a 6-0 run. Good answer by San Antonio.
But late in the third quarter, Parker went to the bench with foul trouble.
Let's be smart. Okay? Get a couple of stops. Get some good shots.
The Spurs were just 13 minutes away from putting a stranglehold on the series, but without their point guard, they quickly unraveled.
Swipe by Dice. Off the rip, down the lane, missed it, but Dice is there to slam it home. To Manu Ginobili. Ginobili on top for Barry. Swipe by Rip, played to passing lane. Drives Brent Barry. The shot is goaltended from behind by Horry, and Barry fouled him.
Now look. We take care of the basketball. We can win a basketball game. Every time, first half we gave 10 or 11 points on it. We just gave them another 5, 6, 7. Hell, I don't know. I can't count that high. Just stop turning it over. Take care of it.
But it was too late to stem the tide of Piston points.
Knocked it away.
Up court for San Antonio is Ginobili. Underneath to Muhammad. It's loose and stolen by Detroit. Pistons bring it back right to left. Phillips underneath. It is.
All Pistons, they're celebrating, and this series will go 2-1 as we go to Game 4 on Thursday night. So the Pistons come home, and a series breaks out.
It was a 63-63 game with less than a minute and a half to go in the third quarter. And, we tried to give Tony Parker a rest for 1 minute, and the dam burst.
This is the counter punch that we talked about. This is one that we'll learn a lesson from and prepare ourselves better come Thursday.
Everybody, and welcome to the excitement of the NBA Finals. We are set for Game 4.
Detroit! Where are we from? Detroit! Time is in! Game time! Time is in! Game time! Detroit basketball!
Came here to Detroit to get at least a win, and we think today is a great opportunity. So we think we can do it. We're going to do our best.
So far in the NBA Finals, we have seen the best and worst of the Spurs and the Pistons. The Spurs looked very sharp in Games 1 and 2, but Detroit looked like the defending champions in Game 3.
This is like a heavyweight fight between 2 big champions equally matched. It's going to go 12 rounds.
The champions came out swinging behind their trademark defense and tried for an early knockout.
Knocked away by Rasheed Wallace. Hamilton's going coast to coast for the jam.
And a turnover that leads to a field goal.
Spurs working the edge. Stolen again. This time given up by Ginobili. McDyess lays it off of Lindsay. Hunter scores. And right now, San Antonio, nothing is coming easy for them.
turnovers continue to haunt the Spurs. 7 in the first period. That's a pace of 28 for the game. They won't win it at that rate.
Every possession, we got to give them one shot. They're getting too deep on us. We can run a little. When Duncan's backing us down, dig. Don't be afraid to dig.
And the Pistons would hound Duncan into total frustration.
Duncan across the paint. Ben taps it away to Chauncey. Heck of a play. Chauncey on the break to Ben. Lays it up. Lays it in.
Turnover. Same as last game. Everybody got to be committed. We got to keep taking care of it. That's the whole deal, guys. Let's take care of the ball. We'll be in good shape. Let's go now.
Tim Duncan on the floor, lefty against Rashid. Gets to the basket, missed the hook. Rebound comes off to Nazr Muhammad. Shot swatted by Ben. To Rip. Here he comes down the lane. Dish to Tayshaun for the jam. Great D. Makes for some great O.
The Detroit Pistons have blown this one wide open.
Wide open, JD.
We knew we didn't play a very good basketball in either one of those games, especially game 4. I felt like it was slipping away. I felt like we were missing opportunities.
The Pistons dominate, and I mean dominate, at the Palace tonight. They more than spanked the Spurs. This was a whooping.
Well, you said it was the worst half of basketball you've ever seen by an NBA playoff team. How would you?
Who told you that?
Who told you that was reported during the broadcast. Was that inaccurate? Because if you
it's right on the money.
Reeling from 2 straight routes, the Spurs had gone from hopes of a sweep to fears of a collapse, and they couldn't help but question themselves as Game 5 approached.
Obviously, we're not playing well. Detroit seems that they play like they wanted more than us, and we just have to show that we wanted to. You know, we're not playing hard enough.
You know, you can say a lot of things, but it's all about getting out on the court and executing. You know, there's a lot of people who can talk the talk, but you got to walk the walk. We got to go out there and execute.
We are ready for one of the most important finals games in recent memory.
They hit us on the left side of the face and they hit us on the right side in game 3 and 4. So it was really important for us to make a stand for ourselves.
Just play for each other tonight, all right? Let's compete. Let's get the job done as a team. Everybody step up and be ready to play. Defense on 3, 1, 2, 3, defense!
But as Game 5 began, it was just as if Game 4 had never ended, as the Pistons beat the Spurs to the punch yet again.
Mid-right.